After my Black Ops 2 review, I was planning on playing catch-up on some games that I've missed over the past few months. Well, upon arriving home from Thanksgiving dinner at the Folks, I found a copy of Far Cry 3 on my doorstep. Now, I haven't ever played a Far Cry game, and I really didn't know anything about this title at all until I installed it. Well, after playing through it, all I can say is, holy shit, it's awesome!
To my brother Riley for getting his pilot's license. Where the hell is that motherfucker?
To my father's black card, to my black card.
God, I haven't done Sambuca since I was 20 years old.
Far Cry 3 is about a bunch of rich, spoiled douchebags blowing daddy's money on a tour of Asia. They get duped into skydiving onto the fictional Rook Islands somewhere in the Pacific Ocean and are captured by a group of drug and slave trading pirates under the command of a man named Voss. You play a whiny little dude by the name of Jason Brody, with no military or survival skills to your name, yet you're destined to escape, free your friends, and kill the guys responsible for it all. I was hoping that over time my opinion of Jason would change, but it didn't. For the most part, I couldn't stand him, his family, or his friends. But the remainder of the characters were amazing, especially Voss, who had an amazing voice actor.
California, huh? Well, I hope your mama and your papa really love you, because you two white boys, you look very expensive. And that's good, because I like expensive things. I'm sorry, what did you say? What did you say? Do you want me to slice you open like I did your friend? Shut the fuck up!
Jason is taken in by a group of island natives called the Rock Yacht, who give him a tattoo and treat him as some kind of chosen one. They send him on various missions expecting him to save them all, and even though they have a highly trained group of soldiers in their ranks, they still seem to think that sending Jason to do their dirty work is the best course of action. Now, of course, Jason does accomplish his goals, considering he's the main character and all, but come on, really? I think that if the main character were someone more believable, everything else would have been just fine. Overall, I really enjoyed the idea of saving my friends from slave traders, and it was implemented very well. It's just not believable. There are some mature scenes along the way as well, so this really isn't a game for the kiddies. I played the PC version of this game, and holy shit were the graphics off the chain. Far Cry 3 has some of the best visuals I've seen yet in a PC game, running beautifully with DirectX 11. My rig was only able to run the game between 30 and 40 frames per second on the Ultra settings, so I had to downgrade a bit to high to keep things around 60, and even then it looked amazing. The jungle setting is filled with lush vegetation and is glazed with beautiful bloom and weather effects. There are a lot of settings to customize, several that I'm not used to myself, so it took me about an hour or so to get it set up right for my system. The game crashed every few minutes due to some multi-threading setting, but once I disabled that, things began to run fine. Far Cry 3 is an open-world sandbox first-person shooter with RPG elements. To me, it seemed like a hybrid of Just Cause 2 and Assassin's Creed. The single-player campaign on the normal or survival difficulty setting took me about 18 hours to complete. The Rook Islands are just massive with tons of things to do beyond the story missions. You can hunt wild animals, search for collectibles, assassinate high-priority targets, and even participate in various races. You can also continue to play the game once you complete the campaign. After my playthrough, the game clocked me in at about 50% completion, so you certainly get your money's worth out of the campaign alone. The way you save the game is interesting though, as you can freely save as often as you want as long as you aren't participating in a story mission where the game uses an auto-save system. Combat is typically based on being stealth. You can get some body armor and craft syringes that heal you, and your talents can enhance these, but you'll take a beating even on the normal difficulty if you're out in the open. I rushed silencers on my weapons and kept them upgraded like that for the entire game, with the exception of swapping in fun weapons like a bow with explosive arrows, a flamethrower, and a grenade launcher. Initially, Jason can carry a single weapon and has a bag to put a few items in. It becomes very important to hunt animals and skin them so that you can utilize the crafting system to create larger bags and holsters so you can carry a wider variety of weapons and components with you. Putting emphasis on fully upgrading bags made the game a lot easier for me. As you kill enemies and complete missions, Jason will level up and earn points he can put into 3 skill trees, focusing on long range and mobility, healing, or stealth and survival. Some skills are better than others, but by the time I had completed the campaign, I had pretty much filled out every skill in every tree. Being that the island is so large, there are a wide variety of vehicles including cars, trucks, ATVs, boats, jet skis, and even hang gliders. Scattered throughout the island are 34 enemy outposts. If you kill all the enemies inside, you'll liberate it for the rock yacht and open up a safe house which allows you to fast travel to that location and utilize the shop to purchase and upgrade your weapons and ammunition. More importantly, it will stop enemy pirates from roaming the area, allowing safe travel and hunting. There are also 18 radio towers scattered throughout that, when climbed, will reveal all of the area surrounding, making it much easier to find your objectives. Once a tower has been climbed, new weapons will also become free for you at your shops. Far Cry 3 also has 4-player co-op that tells the story of 4 separate characters who have their belongings stolen from them by pirates and they seek revenge, as well as competitive multiplayer with several different game types. Unfortunately, being that I got my game prior to launch, there weren't any other players online, so I couldn't test these features out. While these may be important to some gamers, I'm going to lump them with the likes of Transformers, Assassin's Creed, and Uncharted, in that the single-player experience is good enough on its own that there doesn't even need to be an online component to merit its purchase. Overall, I had a blast playing through this badass title over the past few days. While the story was a good concept, I really didn't like Jason and his friends, and the thought of him saving the island was really far-fetched to me. Luckily, the presentation is freaking amazing with beautiful visuals, great voice acting, and a wonderful soundtrack. The gameplay elements are clean, well executed, and just plain fun. Far Cry 3 has all the aspects of a good open-world sandbox shooter without any of the nonsense. I didn't know anything about this title or series prior to it showing up on my doorstep, but I'm damn happy it did. Check out the full write-up and screenshots over at ZeitgeistGameReview.com. Stay up to date by following me on Twitter and Facebook, and make sure to check out all of the other great gaming entertainment on the Game Station. Don't forget to subscribe and press the thumbs up button. Thanks for watching.